Good morning. We saw something being said this morning on the live stream about New Orleans, and this has what's happened in New Orleans. This is from Fox News, and President Biden has been briefed on the horrific news that a driver killed and injured dozens of individuals in New Orleans overnight, and the White House has been in touch with New Orleans Mayor Cantrell to offer support. The FBI is allegedly on the ground, already on the ground, supporting local law enforcement in the investigation, and the president will continue to be briefed throughout the day. I'm just going to push the video, and good day, you all. Let's hear what they got to say.
A news conference of any kind today about this situation. But again, 10 people dead, more than 30 injured as a result of a car, police say, intentionally ramming into a crowd. Police giving a very brief update, only about 7 minutes in length, and say that they will give yet another update.
Hello, Frank, honey.
Coming up at noon Eastern time, that is 11 o'clock local time and 9 o'clock Pacific time. We're going to carry that, no doubt, here on Live Now from Fox as it does happen. We're also going to check in at the top of the hour once again with that very brief news conference, as it does kind of walk you through the entire situation and how it played out, at least what is being released so far at this moment. Now, we also have some of these live cameras coming in from multiple different crews that are out there as we get to the latest information coming in.
Wow,
I want to go over the details
Betty.
of what we learned from that news conference, though. The mayor of New Orleans walked up and was very quick to say this is a terrorist attack, but the FBI came up afterward and said, whoa, let's slow down here. We're still investigating. This is not considered right now to be a terrorist event. However, they also say that improvised explosive devices were found, but they are working to determine whether or not those devices were quote-unquote viable, so whether they could actually explode. A man, according to police, drove his truck at about 3:15 a.m. local time down Bourbon Street, driving around the barricades there and intentionally ramming into a crowd of people. Police saying it appears that most of the people who were injured or killed were actually natives, so to speak, of New Orleans. They live in New Orleans or in that general area. I'm sure many of them were also tourists, because that is an area that is heavily traveled by tourists. There's a lot of foot traffic. People kind of associate New Orleans with Bourbon Street if you've ever been to that location. Now, police also quick to say this was intentional behavior, and the man was trying to run over as many people as he could. They say this is not a DUI situation and is much more complex than you might think, based on some of the initial information that they found, but have not yet released to the public. Pulling up just some of the live images that we do have. As we zoom in just a little bit, you can see the coroner's van right there. There is also one that's off to the left-hand side of your screen and then in the middle of the screen. So at least 3 of those coroner's vans that are visible just at this intersection alone. Police also warning people, tourists and natives alike, that they need to avoid Bourbon Street as this investigation is still ongoing. And in just a few minutes here, I'll make sure to bring you one of the live images that we do have showing Bourbon Street. It is an aerial view that is from our EarthCam team. So we'll bring that to you in just a second. But as we approach the top of the hour, as I promised, I do want to head back to that news conference. Again, very initial statements with not a lot of details just yet, but let's pop up the audio and listen in.
And Mayor Latari Cantrell will start with her remarks.
Thank you.
Okay, just give us just a little space, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Good morning. First of all, we do know that the city of New Orleans was impacted by a terrorist attack. It's all still under investigation. You'll hear more after me. However, I have been in direct contact with the White House, with Governor Landry, and of course a unified command who is present here. What I'm asking at this time are prayers for those who have lost their lives in the city of New Orleans due to this tragedy. In addition to that, I'm asking the public to stay clear of 8 blocks around Bourbon Street. Stay clear from Bourbon Street, 8 blocks around. Very active, and again, a unified command is in place right now. I'm going to ask Chief Kirkpatrick to give you an update. You're then going to hear from our agent in charge relative to the FBI. So at this time, Chief Kirkpatrick.
Thank you. All right. Good morning, everyone. So I'm going to give you as much of the information I possibly can. We are going to give you an update a couple of times today. So we will give you just the basics this morning, all right? We had this event started at about 3:15. It did involve a man driving a pickup truck down Bourbon Street at a very fast pace, and it was very intentional behavior. This man was trying to run over as many people as he possibly could. It was not a DUI situation. This is a more complex and more serious based on the information we have right now. With respect to numbers, we have right now, and as you already know, this could change throughout the day. We do know that there are 26 injured people who are at UMC Hospital. We know we have 4 at Turo, 4 at Oshner Baptist, 1 at Tulane, but even as I was walking out the door, I believe I have an unconfirmed additional people who have been taken to other area hospitals, possibly on the east side. But we will give you as many correct numbers as we can as the day progresses. It is a very tragic situation for me to tell you that we know we have 10 people that this man killed on Bourbon Street. That is why we do not want anyone on Bourbon Street today. Wherever you see yellow tape, please do not violate this tape. This is in order to protect and stabilize the scene. We have information to a certain degree of the demographics of those who are in the hospital right now. We do not know at this point how many could be tourists versus locals, but from the information I have right now, it seems the majority are locals versus tourists. What I also can tell you is that this man, this perpetrator, he fired on our officers from his vehicle when he crashed his vehicle. 2 of our officers have been shot. They are stable, and we will give you an update on them. I have yet been able to go to the hospital. I will be leaving here for us to go visit our officers. We have called in every officer that we have. We have so much appreciated our partnerships who have also offered us staff. Last night, we had over 300 officers out here. And because of the intentional mindset of this perpetrator who went around our barricades in order to conduct this, he was hell-bent on creating the carnage and the damage that he did. Because of the nature and the indices that we have on the scene, and we have enough information that the FBI will be taking over this investigation. And with that, I am going to be asking, this is the assistant agent in charge. This is Agent Duncan, Special Agent Duncan. And she has taken over this case on behalf of us and the FBI. As always, we will be in partnership with all of our partners. But Agent Duncan, if you want to have a few words for everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning. My name is Alethea Duncan. I'm the Assistant Special Agent in charge for FBI New Orleans. As Chief Kirkpatrick said, we'll be taking over the investigative lead for this event. This is not a terrorist event. What it is right now is their improvised explosive devices that was found, and we are working on confirming if this is a viable device or not. As Chief Kirkpatrick said, we're asking everyone to stay away from Bourbon Street, specifically from Canal Street to St. Anne. That is my ask. Once again, stay away from Bourbon Street, Canal Street, all the way to St. Anne until we can figure out what is going on. Our goal is to provide you additional information at the 11 a.m. press conference. Thank you so much, and we will be in touch.
Yes, I will say that we want our community and our visitors to continue enjoying. There's so much to enjoy about New Orleans, and we are going to make sure that our routes in the Superdome are safe today for the game. And yet we had this tragic event, and we're sorry again to everyone in our community. But we do want you to go about the day, as we say, just stay away from Bourbon.
Can
Okay?
you elaborate on the device? You did say something about the device.
We actually are not going to be taking questions this morning until we have more information. That's why we will give you an 11 o'clock briefing. So until then, please hold your questions. We will give you everything that we possibly can, okay? So 11 o'clock, we will see you at the headquarters, and we will go again from there, okay? For the
So the one mayor right here said it was an act of terrorism. She said it was very deliberate. She said it was not an act of terrorism, but there was explosives. So the FBI has come in to take over, and they will control the information that is going to be coming out. And it will be what they say it is. They're going to tell you what they think's going on, despite what the mayor knows, despite what the police officer woman knows. The FBI is going to completely take over this case. Yeah, gracious Heavenly Father, may you be with each and every individual. May you be with their families, those who are injured, those who have lost their loved ones in New Orleans with this manifested evil. Sounds like a vendetta. He deliberately drove in and wanted to create carnage, just like the policewoman said. May you be with all the members of those who are injured, those who are now gone, be with their families, be with their friends, just be with the whole entire community, be with the whole entire nation, as these attacks will. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not. Just be with us and give us strength to make it through this year and help. Just keep your hand over all of us and guide the next administration that's coming in the name of precious Jesus. Amen. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. Love you.